The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Marci Whiteside, if you would. Marci Mitchell Whiteside, if you'd please step forward. And Dr. O'Brien, once again, if you would meet her up here at the table, that would be great. A four-time All-South Atlantic Conference first-team honoree. That's 4 times first team. Currently one of only 2 student athletes in the league's history to win President's Award and Athlete of the Year in the same season. She won the President's Award twice in her career. The program's 31-year history, one of the greatest pitchers, as you have read, 18 no-hitters. Can't even imagine. During her sophomore year, 14 shutouts. Those 14 shutouts are good for number 3 in the SAC single-season list. Since 2007, Marci has been a personal trainer, and as we can see, that probably fits. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Marci Mitchell Whiteside. Congratulations. So when your phone rang to say, hey, you're in the Hall of Fame, what was your reaction?
I was in shock. I was on my way to work. I was like, are you serious? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, both hands on the wheel?
Of course.
Did you pull over and call like 9 people afterwards?
Bluetooth.
No. Obviously, when you're 18 or 22, you have no idea that your life could take you to a point in which somebody says you're part of the Hall of Fame. I asked a question earlier of something being surreal. Is this sunk in? Are you in the room? Do you realize that you're now part of this immaculate class?
No, it really hasn't at all. When I graduated, I just figured, that was it. My softball career was done. I was kind of old and forgotten by now.
Like, based on that form, I don't think anybody would have forgotten if you looked at the photo. How does softball? Because at the time that you were coming along, softball was just sort of starting to be a conversation on the national landscape. Who got you interested in what seemed to be sort of I want to say a relevant sport, but not a very high-profile sport?
Well, I have an older brother who played baseball, so I guess I kind of followed in his footsteps. He was a pitcher, a baseball pitcher, and I grew up playing slow pitch until I was 13. I played travel ball, and then times were changing. It was time to play fast pitch. So my mom managed the team, and she's like, we don't have any pitchers. We're coming from slow pitch. So why don't you go to this clinic and learn how to do it, and then teach our pitchers how to do it.
So you were how old at the time?
I was 13. So I could go to this clinic. I'm like, I think I might want to do that. That's kind of cool.
You remember at 13, were you nervous? Does a 13-year-old even comprehend what all of that meant?
I don't think so. No, I just got up there and hit a lot of people.
And then conversely, there were a lot of people that stopped playing softball, so that really worked out well.
Worked out for me. Less competition.
So let's stay on that for a minute. I didn't even think that as a line of question, though. If you're hitting a lot of people, and I know that's tongue-in-cheek, when did you feel like that you were catching a stride, that this type of movement was fitting you, that you could actually do it?
I thought that I was catching on at the clinic, like right away. I thought that, I could do it. But yes, I was very wild. I think I had the form, came more naturally to me than some of the other girls there I noticed, but I was all over the place. I think for the first year, I hit a lot of people.
So was it, I guess it's probably a combination then of just becoming more mature and with more practice.
Right.
It started to come together. So at what point did you feel like you could be a college athlete doing what it is that you loved?
I guess high school. I was probably 15, 16.
And did you have designs? Did you have ideas that you wanted to go play anywhere specific? Was it geography for you?
UGA, just because it was close to home, but that didn't work out. This is like my second home. Carson-Newman, my grandparents actually are the reason I'm there, because they live in Jeff City. So that's kind of number 2 for me.
Well, some things are supposed to happen for a reason.
Exactly. Met my husband there.
For a reason.
It all worked out. I think it was a much better fit for me, looking back.
when I was doing a little bit of research, and it's funny when you say research these days, it really just means you Google. So when I was looking up information on you, what I didn't realize is that, and if I have this wrong, tell me, but a 4.0 GPA all 4 years
Yes.
in mathematics. How do you do that and do that all at the same time?
I did my homework on the bus.
That must have been some long bus rides. I don't know who you played out of conference.
Sometimes they were.
But seriously, mathematics and a 4.0, how did you get in math? There's no way I could have been interested in math, nor half this room if I had to guess.
Math is fun.
Math is fun.
Math is fun.
All right, so you've just topped everybody else. That's the funny quote of the night so far. How do you get interested in math?
I started as a business major, and I was bored. I just didn't like it. So I figured out I wanted to quit doing what I thought would make money and do what I like, and I like math.
Did you find the balance tough? That 4.0, I mean, that's impressive, but I mean, there's a lot that goes into practice, into game, into just being a regular student. Was it hard to juggle all that?
I mean, I guess it was challenging, but I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I make sure I find time for the right things.
So describe your experience at Carson-Newman and having all that love that was in Jefferson City.
It was a gorgeous place. Loved being there. Loved being close to the grandparents and the friendships I've made, the memories that we made playing softball. Just on and off the field, we were, the best of friends. Even when we weren't playing, we were always together, and I'll just never forget those moments.
Where did the health and fitness bug come from?
Back to the money thing. Of course, I was a math major, so I'm like, I'm going to do engineering. So I tried to find some engineering jobs, and nobody wanted to hire somebody with less than 5 years experience and didn't have a master's. And of course, we move around. My husband's in the Army, and so I never could really figure out what to get my master's in. So once again, I was taking a professional development course, and the thing that stuck in my mind was the guy who was leading it said, quit trying to chase the money, chase what you love to do. And I've always liked to work out. So I'm like, well, if I get a real job, I'm not going to have time to work out anymore. So why doesn't that just be my job? That's what I like to do. And I can move around with it. As we move from place to place in the military, I can travel with it. So that's what makes me happy.
But building a book of business everywhere you go, I mean, that in and of itself is a challenge.
It is, yes.
And obviously you've succeeded. So who do you need to thank tonight?
I'm sure I'm going to forget somebody, but first of all, the South Atlantic Conference for the competition that we've always had. It's always been great rivalries and in a good way. Thank you for my grandparents once again for introducing me to Carson-Newman. Wouldn't be there without you guys. Thanks to Mom and Dad for, now that I have kids of my own, like how in the world did they do it? Travel ball, one goes with the brother, one with me, money on pitching lessons, tournaments, everything. I don't see how they did it. The support from, of course, all my fans throughout the years. Grandparents were always there. Mom and Dad traveled a lot. And Jake, my husband, was there the last year, going to all the games he could. Of course, Coach Gazee, Hollifield. We know where's Coach Gazee. But wouldn't be there without her either. She's one of the reasons I went there. Because when I went on that tour, we just felt like we clicked and me and the girls clicked. So all my teammates, of course, I wouldn't have any of this without them either, without them backing me behind the field. So I'm sure I left somebody out, but thanks to everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, Marci Mitchell Whiteside.